fuel up the engine. Let's hit the road, pushing limits, we're out of control. Simulating speed, gripping the wheel tight. Sim racing's the game, gonna own the night. In the Civic, we're ready to slay. Revving the virtual engine, we're here to play. Dodging crashes, blazing through the pack. Sim racing's our drug, we'll never look back. Virtual velocity, adrenaline's high. Sim racing addiction, we'll reach for the sky in the Civic. We'll conquer the track, push the limits, ain't no turning back. Virtual velocity, adrenaline's high. Sim racing addiction, we'll reach for the sky in the Civic. We'll conquer the track, push the limits, ain't no turning back. Ain't no turning back. Welcome to the Civic where the engines roar. Sean's bald-headed pride, always wanting more. Amir's got the skills, hair flowing free. On the racetrack, he's the one to see. Sean's pushing hard, living on the edge, but every single time he falls off the ledge. Frustrations building, can't handle the heat. Amir's calm and steady, never faces defeat. In the Civic, the battle goes on. Sean breaks Amir, but Amir's too strong. Sean stands out, frustration reigns. Amir stands tall, he's the king of the lanes. Sean's in the cockpit, eyes full of flame, dreaming of the victory, playing the game. But Amir's got the focus, the heart of a lion. On the track, every move perfectly aligned. Sean tries to take him, pushing to the brink, but with every move, he starts to sink. Crashing out, spinning, losing control. Amir's dominance, taking its toll. In the Civic, the battle goes on. Sean versus Amir, but Amir's too strong. Sean spins out, frustration reigns. Amir stands tall, he's the king of the lane. Sean's got the drive, the last the grace. Amir's got the rhythm, leading the race. Every single lap, the story's the same. Amir's in the spotlight, basking in fame. Sean's talking big, saying next time's a charm, but we all know he's heading for harm. Amir's the champion, cool and collected. In the Civic world, he's highly respected. So here we stand, the final lap in sight. Sean's in the shadows, Amir's in the light. Amir's the master, can't be denied. Sean's frustration, he can't hide. In the Civic, the battle goes on. Sean versus Amir, but Amir's too strong. Sean stands out, frustration reigns. Amir stands tall, he's the king of the lane. So remember the names when you talk about the track. Amir's the victor, always coming back. Sean's got the heart, but can't take the crown. In the Civic world, Amir's renowned. So remember the names when you talk about the track. Amir's the victor, always coming back. Sean's got the heart, but can't take the crown. In the Civic world, Amir's renowned. So remember the names when you talk about the track. Amir's the victor, always coming back. Sean's got the heart, but can't take the crown. In the Civic world, Amir's renowned.
There we go. How is everybody doing? Man, I'm just trying to get you hyped up, Tom. I'm trying to get you trying to get that hype train started for the stream. That's why there's the music. How is everybody doing? Hope everybody's having a great Tuesday. Hope you had a great weekend. Uh yeah, my weekend was pretty good, but it was kind of chill. Didn't really do too much. Yeah, just really just prepping the car. I got to uh take it to my body guy to get some parts put on this weekend, so I was getting the car prepped for that. And then we did our Sunday race. It was our penultimate race. We didn't really have a good result, but this time it's Nordschleife. I love Nordschleife, so I'm gonna be ready for that. Yeah, so let's see who's in chat. We got David Payne, Tom Jones. Hi everybody. Andrew White. Hi Andrew. Yeah, and then Callum doing my thing. There we go. Tim, you're currently you're pushing your GT7 shifter cart lead to ban driving aids. They changed the physics. Even I can drive without them. Yeah, dude, there's no reason for aids in racing. You shouldn't be using them. Oh, Andrew, that sucks, man. But at least, hey, did you at least have fun over at Indy? I hope you had fun, man. But yeah, so yeah, the purpose of the stream right now is we're gonna be building our rally button box. I got a lot of the parts all laid out, ready to go. And I noticed I was going through all my parts. I noticed something. I think I got a fix for it. But for my shifter, it has two screws and it has to have matching bolts on the other side. I can't find that size, but I think I have a workaround until I can get those bolts in. So, well, hopefully we can get those working too and see how it goes. That's yeah, Tom. That's right. Only the bottom of the tire goes flat. Oh yeah. What else? We watched the F1 race too. Crazy race. I don't know if you guys saw it. The last couple of laps were spicy to say the least. Coming. I don't know if I didn't want to ruin it in the Discord, so I didn't really post it. I just said the race was spicy. I know some people were TiVoing it, or they were recording it and they were gonna watch it later. But yeah, what do you guys what do you guys think? Did you guys watch that race? What did you guys think of the shenanigans that happened? Oh, no worries, Tim. It's all good. The rim here is I can't remember what I bought, what rim it was. I gotta look. I can look real quick. I think it was a 320 because the other rims that were smaller, the 300 rims, didn't have the little concave in them. Oh, Tom, what? You can't leave. You ain't working. Stop saying you're working. We know all you're doing is sitting around all those packages and just, drinking coffee with your buddies. Let's see. The rim is a 350. That's right, 350 millimeter. Well, that's good. That's good, Andrew. I'm glad you had a good time over at Indy. All right. So, without further ado, we're gonna start. I'm gonna put the wheel to a different side because we're not gonna need the wheel right now. But yeah, this is a wheel. I just got it off of. I'll put it up here so you can see it. Yeah, just a rim I got off of AliExpress. It's kind of cheap rim. You don't really need to get anything super expensive for sim racing. There's no point in doing that. So yeah, it's a nice rim. There's a couple little blemishes to it. But I mean, again, so I think some of most of the blemishes are in the middle, and that's going to get covered by the rally button box anyway. So I'm not too worried about it. But yeah, it was. I got it for. I think it was like $40 off of AliExpress. So yeah, I don't think there was a need to get something super expensive. Oh, nice, Andrew. That's awesome. Yeah, Sean told me he had a secret in store for you when he got to Indy. Um, the FIA just mandated work riots. I mean, after what happened, yeah. Um, yeah, you kind of needed work riots. Um, yeah, that was. I mean, I can understand being caught up in the heat of the moment of things, but as a professional driver, like I know some people were saying, "Oh, it's not a big deal, nothing happened," but what if something did happen? And that's the part you got to think about. I mean, yeah, these guys are professional drivers; they kind of know what they're doing, but um, all it takes is just one moment for something really big to happen. Um, sorry, I'm just trimming all this stuff as like just as we're chatting. Yeah. All right. So yeah, some rigs have no need to be crash ready. That's right. That's why I didn't go out and get one of those super expensive rims. Uh, that's awesome, Andrew. That's pretty cool. All right. So one of the things I did pre-hand, just so I can know what I was doing, is I kind of pre-built. Let's see here. I kind of pre-built one of the shifter mounts. So I put the carbon plates in place. Try to get more in the center. There we go. I did one of them because I just want to make sure make sure I did it right, got it out of the way, and then we could do the second one kind of live as we're going. The one thing that the one thing with these, like, yes, they're CNC cut and their cuts are perfect, but they're a little too tight, so I had to sand down some of the holes right here so I can get all the parts to fit. But even then, like, even though I sanded it quite a bit, I still had to use a hammer to make sure I got everything into place, which I'm gonna have to do with these parts right here, and then and then we can start working on everything else. It's not a really complex build. It's not really that complex. It's just the box that's right here. It's not complex like how the Pokornyi wheels where it had all the shifters and the screen and everything that you had put together. This is a lot more straightforward. And I really enjoyed building the Pokornyi wheel, and I did promise Callum, hey, the next wheel I will build will be the rally wheel. So here we are. We're building that rally wheel. I want to build more. I really enjoy building stuff like this. And like the last wheel that I built, I kind of mixed and matched with parts that were already pre-made that I bought, and I 3D printed some parts. And some of the parts I already had lying around from the previous build because, like, when you buy bolts and screws, you can't just buy the exact amount online. Like, you just have to buy like a pack of 25 or a pack of 30 or whatever. So I got a lot of that stuff left over from the previous build. Um, but yeah, so yeah, we're gonna go through it. Before, Andrew, you got to see the Dallara sim when they were testing it. That was awesome, dude. Were they testing it with the IndyCar? Is that with the IndyCars they were in there with it? All right, yeah. So I'm just going off the instructions. So I kind of I cheated a little bit too. I just want to make sure this the sanding parts fit. So like this part right here, already put one plate already on it. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take, yeah, I'm still learning it. I'm gonna take this plate and mount it like this. I don't know if you guys can see that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the side to where, because I can't hammer things here. This is glass underneath, and I don't want to break my glass. So I'm gonna go like scoot over this way where I've got a little bit of space with my my wood cabinet, and just kind of tap it in, hammer it in real quick. I'm gonna Oh, that's awesome, Andrew. That's pretty cool. I got to see race control, and I'm sure they were running. Oh, you weren't sure why they were running Watkins Glen. Okay. I don't know either, man. I don't know what yeah. Oh, it's Meccano for adults. Okay. Yeah, Wasted is Wreckfest still pants? I'm sure. I don't know. I haven't. I need to try it too, man. I haven't really had a chance to try out Wreckfest either. Yeah. So yeah. So all right. Oh yeah. Sorry, man. Yeah, I had the mic muted because I didn't want you guys to hear the hammering sounds or anything like that. So I think you guys can hear me again. I muted the mic, but yeah, because so with like the slots, like I showed you like their T-bone, I didn't want to file them too much because I didn't want the parts to just kind of float in there as I'm putting things together. I wanted to make sure it still stayed nice and tight. So all I did was just file it just enough to where the the parts can initially fit into the slots. So like you see right here, that little gap that's going on right here. So just enough for it to fit, and then I'll go in with the hammer, hammer it in a little bit real quick. Yeah, and when I'm hammering, I'm muting you guys because I don't want you guys to get PTSD or anything like that, you know, from all the loud sounds. But I'm using like a rubber mallet to make sure I don't break any of these parts. But it's carbon fiber, like it's really thick carbon fiber, so I'm not too worried about them breaking. But you know, just in case, you never know. You gotta hammer, man. That's the only way. That we're men. We hammer. Ah. So Yeah, so now there you go. We got that part, that piece put in. Now we can put the other side that goes in, so we can make sure we need Mike, we need some smooth jazz in the background. Actually, I think I could do that. Let me open up some Audible. Yeah, I didn't even think about putting some music on. Let me go ahead and I can put some. Let me pull up some stuff. Yeah, we got to make sure it's not copyrighted, so we don't get we don't get copy striked here. Um, Or we could get Callum in here just so he could sing. He's got a nice burly voice. Yeah, let's pull up Epidemic. All right, yeah, no worries, Tim. Where are we at? There we go. All right. How's that? Is that too loud of the music, or is that perfect? Yeah, nothing like hammering with jazz music. Too loud. All right, turning it down. How about now? I do, man. I do. I just had to go to Epidemic Sound. I got a sub with them. All right, now it's fine. Okay, cool. All right, so now we're gonna do is gonna put the get this back plate put on. All right. I think we got it mostly fitted. All right. You can't hear? What can you not hear, Callum? Where is... Okay, now we're good. Okay. All right, man, just double checking. All right, now we got everything built and put together. All right, now we got to work. Now we got to work on the handles. So like I already did one handle too. So now we're gonna have to do the second one. I don't think I filed these parts. See, I mean, I got a little filers. We're gonna file it just a little bit. Just enough, like I said, just enough to where we can get the parts in. I know we talked about it a little bit, Callum, or anybody else that's in here too. Well, that WRC, EA or Codemasters is no longer. They're no longer doing. EA is never not doing EA. WRC Rally. It's going to go back to Nacon and KT. What are your guys' thoughts on that? I don't know. I'm kind of torn about it. I mean, KT, they did really good with WRC 9, with WRC 10, but I mean, and we kind of mentioned it. We kind of talked about it too. Yeah. But what the stuff that they did with Test Drive, it has me really kind of I don't know what to expect of WRC going forward. I mean, I'm glad they got it because I've been trying to get WRC working on my computer for over a month now, and I submitted a ticket to EA. I submitted a ticket to them about a month ago, and I still haven't heard back about what I can do to fix WRC, and that's why I haven't been able to run the leagues. And to me, it's kind of irritating that I can't run the league. I promised everybody that I would run the league, but now I can't do it because I can't get WRC to work. But yeah. That's kind of the bad part. Like, because I said I was gonna build this rim, gonna be able to do WRC in it, and then, go figure that it doesn't work. Yeah. I mean, at least we'll be able to use this rim with other stuff too, though. I mean, I've been messing around a little bit with messing around with BeamNG, messing around with BeamNG and stuff, and been having fun in that. No, Joa, I'm not done. I just started. What are you talking about, man? Yeah, not doing it. It's just dumb. Yeah. I know, man. I don't know if it's, if it was sales that had to do a lot of it, or just, overall, just gaming companies not really making a lot of money anymore. And they're just picking and choosing what, what they can keep on maintaining is, still make, still, maximize cash flow. So I don't know if like WRC was just kind of the victim of that. Like, they just, it was probably making them some money, but it wasn't making them the money that they wanted. Yeah, exactly. And I could still use it for other stuff too. So, I mean, it's good to have like a big rim, like, or, if I wanted to do in, NASCAR or something like that, this rim will kind of do just fine for something like that, for this too. Alright, let's see. Get it All right, got the initial fit. All right, back to the Hummer. There we go. So we got focus. There we go. We got both parts put in. The same thing like on this side. This is where you're gonna have one of the magnets go to, so we can have magnetic shifters. So essentially, what's gonna happen is, yeah, here we go. So it's essentially gonna be like, yeah, we'll be able to clicky through here. I don't think they'll ever drop Formula One. Formula One's like their big cash cow. I mean, yeah, I mean, EA would be stupid to get rid of the Formula One title. I know, like, FIA was, or Liberty Media, where they were talking about wanting to have a more sim-like title for F1. Like, you know, they wanted to keep like an arcade title or simcade title, but then they wanted to have something that was a little bit more in the, you know, in the sim arena. And this was a couple years ago, but nothing ever really came of it. And I don't know if that's just because companies don't want to fork out the license for that. Oh no, Calum, I don't think they make more than FIFA. No, FIFA is probably like FIFA globally, so I would say like FIFA, Sims, and Battlefield are probably their biggest money-making games. Those will always be cash cows for them. I think, you know, like the sports titles, and it's very dependent. Like, for example, like NFL, that's really going to be more of the US kind of side where they're going to get sales. Basketball kind of to a degree, even though I think basketball is a bit more global than NFL. Quit my jibber jabber. A Rally Solar Crown. Oh my gosh, Joa, I would be ecstatic if they did something like that. So anyways, yeah, going back to this, so kind of, I've got, so this is right here, this is bearings. These are like miniature bearings. Whoop, there we go. And that's to kind of help the shifter move and stay in place without rubbing or anything like that. So now we're going to put it, two of them, one on each side for the other shifter that we're building. And I'm not sure this is going to be a direct fit either. Nope. So I got to file it down a little bit. But I think this one is good. Yeah, I think this side is good. Now I'm going to have to sand down the other side to get that one to fit. That one is a little... Yeah, it's a little on the hole's a little on the small side. So... I'll just file that one down a little bit too. So, David, you were saying that I was going to build a rim for you. How much would you pay me to build a rim for you? But now I'll tell you that the Pokornyi wheel, the Hyper R, dude, that is by far one of my favorite rims I've ever tried. I'm not saying it out of biasness because I built it. It's just overall, it just does everything that I want. For me, it's the perfect size of a rim. And the handles are the perfect size too. Like, yeah, look at all the carbon fiber dust. Shipping costs, you will pay me shipping cost. What about all my time and effort? I don't get nothing for that either. Used our trusty hammer to get the bearings in. All right, so we got them on both sides. So yeah, like I was saying, so what's gonna happen next? And I don't have. I thought I had the bolts. I thought I had the nuts for it, but I don't. They were made by a machine, Joa. They were made by a machine. So yeah, next thing was we got to add the buttons. That's where gonna be our clickety clacks, so we can do our shifter. But I have to use these size screws, but I don't have the nuts for the other side. So what I was thinking, until I can get those nuts in, I'm gonna hot glue it in, so just to hold it in place to where we can just get it working, test it out correctly. So I'm gonna do that and try that, to see if we can hold things in place. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. But at least we tried. So I just gotta wait for the heat gun to warm up. Yeah, because what will happen? So what's gonna happen is these two slots on the inside kind of matches. I don't know if you guys can see it that well, or maybe you can see it better this way. Those two little holes right there, that's for the bolts right there. Yeah. So, going off the instructions, so we got it this way, have it this way, and we can just place our bolts in. Oh, good job, Amir. Newcastle Brown Ale. I've had a Newcastle beer before, Callum, but I've never had their brown ale. Yeah, this one's not the right fit. Yeah, the holes on the shifter don't match what's on the button. The holes on the shifter don't match what's on the button plate. That's not good. It's yummy in the tummy. We'll have to figure something. Let's see this. Make sure. Where's my magnets? Magnets. Yeah, the goal is to make sure that these are close enough to where Alright, so while we're still waiting for the gun to warm up, so we can go ahead and place, there's going to be a bolt that's going to go through right here. Let's go ahead and find the bag. Those are M4. These are... Hey, where's my M3 bolts? I think these are my M3 bolts. Alright, yep. So now I gotta grab my little toolkit. Oh my. There we go. Find our Allen wrench. Ah, nah, it's super simple, David. I wouldn't worry too much about it. It's really easy to build. You just gotta be able to trust yourself, man. I believe in you, David. I think you could do it, man. I mean, not necessarily. I mean, a lot of the parts are a lot of their parts nowadays are plug and play. Yeah, yeah. I know, right? That's what it makes me kind of want to do too, Joa. We had, yeah, one of the guys requested, hey, we have some music on, so that's what I'm kind of doing. You know, just sit there like to kind of help out with the silence. The times where I'm kind of trying to concentrate. I don't know, David. I still think you're kind of missing out on the Pokornyi. I get what you're saying. I don't know why they made this wrench bit at an angle. There we go. There we go. One in. work on the next one. Something like tight. Yeah, the spaces you got to play with are a little tight. All right. I mean, to be honest, like I think it did too, Dave. Like I've been looking at other wheels to get to, and really the Pokornyi really, the hyper wheel really kind of spoiled me. I haven't really been able to find anything else that I really like. You know, without having to pay, you know, without having to spend all that extra money. All right, shifter 1 is done. There you go. That clicky clack. I like it. This is kind of the end result of what we got. Ooh. All right, now we're going to work on the second one. Oh, hey, Josh. I don't think Sean was drinking over at the Indy. He doesn't. Sean's not really much of a drinker. I mean, I think he was dealing with some shoulder pain too. But yeah, I said yeah. Sean's not really much of a drinker either. I mean, yeah. I mean, this was long ago, but Sean did a stream where he got drunk, and I think he only had like 2-3 beers during the stream, or you know, just a couple of drinks, and he was gone. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and put both in at the same time. All right. You only drink on days that end in day. Oh man, I can't even remember. I can't even remember the last time I even had a drink. No, I mean I had a drink. I don't drink as much as I used to anymore either. I had a drink maybe 3 weeks ago. I've even kind of found myself cutting back on drinks. Probably. He's probably there, you know, in front of the women's bathroom, just, you know, seeing the girls come by. He's like, I'll hold your beer. All right. That's good. That's good, Phil. And if you can only do something about your other problem. There's no screw bag for the hype. What do you mean? Oh, what do you mean no screw bag? Well, it's a requirement in Scotland. You have to drink in Scotland. I don't think they even allow you in the country if you don't drink. For you, Phil, it's not a problem. Yet. I mean, like, normally I like to have, like, a good glass of whiskey. I've got a couple of bottles. Yeah, it's like a little wrench. It's like a little wrench tool. Because I got the placing the bolts. You know, the bolts and the screws. See? Nice and clicky. Alright, so now that's done. Now we gotta figure out a fix for these buttons, because I think I gotta double check and see. I might have to buy different buttons, because these ones, they don't fit. Like where the screws go. Like, yeah, the two holes on this button don't match what's on the plate. So I wonder if there's a different button that Pokornyi is now asking people to use. I mean, this, yeah, this button works. I'm seeing it now. It's going in and clicking the right way. So what I'm probably gonna do is drop their magnet. So I'm probably gonna do is use a little bit of hot glue and use some of the screw to hold it, and use the screw to kind of hold it in place, just to kind of get it working a little bit. And then once I actually get the right buttons in, we can go that way. I said screw. I've been saying screw. I've been saying nuts. I've been saying all sorts of things, Callum. Where have you been? The duct tape? Yeah, I mean, I might have to. Alright. Alright, yep, that works. Alright, now we can use the other one. Alright, now we can kind of wait for those to dry a little bit. Alright, what's up on next on the list? Alright, next up are the paddles. So we got our paddles right here. Find the matching. Let's grab bolts. Some more bolts. We need 4 of them. Then the screws. Oh, okay. I mean, hopefully they change it for you, man, if that's kind of like what's been going on. Alright, these are kind of matching. There's not really any thing. I can actually plug. There we go. Unplug the, yeah. One cool thing I like about with the directions, what they have for the shifters, is you can actually 3D print spacers. So like right now, like if I was to bolt the shifters, they would bolt on like this. But you can also 3D print spacers to where you can extend the shifters. Like you can extend the height of the shifters, or you can make it on the inside or on the outside, depending on your rim, because I know not everybody uses the same kind of rim. Some people have more concave rims than other rims, or if you're going to be using this for, you know, for NASCAR, for anything like that. So it's pretty cool that they include all that stuff in there to make sure that, hey, you can mix and match, or you can make things, you can change things up for your rim to make sure it fits you. Alright, so... Alright, because this one... Alright, that's gonna go like that on the wheel. We're gonna need... And then same thing, like you can actually slide your shifters too. So if you want to increase the length, I mean, you can increase it maybe like, what is like 2 centimeters? Or do I have any small? Do I have any smaller 3M or M3? Yeah, these will work. All right. What do you not recommend, Joa? Oh yeah, these fit perfectly. RBR, I don't have RBR, man. Or maybe I do. I don't remember if I do have it. I mean, at the very least, I'll try it on something. There we go. I like that clicky sound. Alright. Let's do the next shifter. I know, right? I didn't want to say anything. Oh, if I have the old version, get rid of it. Yeah, I think I have it like I think I got it like years and years ago, Callum. Um hey Tristan. It really depends. So if you if you are a guy that likes to do DIYs, yes, 100%. Because one thing I do like about the Pokornyi wheels, or like, you know, the process of doing it, is you buy the files, and then you could either 3D print all the parts, or like they'll give you the files for the electronics, and you can send it to a company, and they can make the PCB board for you and all that stuff. So it really depends on your skill level, how comfortable you're with your skill, where you can make, you know, instead of buying everything from Cornwall, you can buy the parts from, you know, you can buy like the bolts and the nuts and screws and all that stuff from AliExpress or from your local hardware store, and then you could 3D print a lot of the parts, and then just really make it your own wheel, and you can make it on a much cheaper scale, or you can just buy everything from them, or you can mix and match whatever parts um, that they have. So if you do, yeah, if you have, you know, if you have a little bit of technical capability, yeah, it should be easy to build stuff like this. Oh, Speedy! I don't know. Speedy! For me to do, like, I really, I mean, like I was saying, it's like, for me, I really, really like their Hyper R wheel. That, to me, that's my favorite wheel that I have, or I've, you know, I've tried, because to me, it was just perfect. It didn't have all the crazy stuff that you really need in the other rims, and you can still do a lot with it, and you can actually do you know, the lighting, the all sorts of other stuff in it. And yeah, you can get it pre-built. You can do all their wheels pre-built too. Most of their wheels now are pre-built, or you can just buy all the parts from them, or you know, just outsource your parts from other websites too, because what they do is they give you the instructions, they give you the list of material, you know, so, and they give you links. So if you don't want to buy it from them, you can buy the materials from other places, or if you have your own place, you know, some stuff I bought from Amazon, some stuff I bought from AliExpress. The PCB board, you know, they give you the complete files for that, so you can go to some of the websites that make PCB boards and upload those files and get it made through them. The only part that sucks is for the buttons, like for the buttons and encoders, like right here, I'll show you, like, you know, they won't, a lot of them won't do these buttons or the encoders, so you'll have to like manually solder them in yourself. Or if you got a friend that knows how to do that stuff, you could do that. You know, you could get him to do it too. All right, but yeah, here we go. We are good on the shifters. We got 2 semi-functioning shifters. And we're gonna look at what's next for the instructions. All right, now we're gonna work on the main enclosure. So this one I might need the soldering iron a little bit. Just gotta wait for it to warm up. Well, yeah. So yeah, Tristan. So you can, if you buy the parts from them, yeah, you'll end up having to pay, because I know you're in the UK. Or you can buy the files. They'll send you digital files, and from there you can just outsource everything else, like the 3D parts. Like they give, you know, they have all the plans for the 3D parts. Like this is some of the stuff that I 3D printed. like this stuff I 3D printed, like right here. I 3D printed all this for the wheel because I knew it's a lot cheaper for me to 3D print it, and it doesn't really matter where it goes because all this stuff's going to be hidden, so it doesn't really matter too much. So I can, you know, save a little bit of money that way instead of purchasing stuff from them. Yeah. And the other thing with the other thing too is if you decide to make your own PCB board, you're gonna have to know how to flash the board. You know, put in all the configurations and everything for it too. Oh, I never tried that spatial. I've yeah. Hey Connor, how's it going, man? Yeah, I mean, yeah, the custom fees to you guys is not too bad, but where if I ordered from UK, which I actually did, I ordered some stuff from the UK. Oh my god, dude, I got that VAT I had to pay was not good. Well, even then, Speedy, you can. There are websites that 3D print too. Like, you just upload the files to the website, and then they can either CNC it out of aluminum, or they could 3D print it for you. And again, I don't know what the costs are. I don't know if it's that much cheaper than doing it that way instead of buying it from Pokornyi. But that's another option too. Is like you can go, yeah, you can go to other websites. So that's what I like about Pokornyi is like they give you the plans, they give you options, and you just go out and do whatever you want. Yeah, doing good, Connor. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good, man. Just chilling, trying to get this wheel built. Yeah. That's right. Yeah, JLC. JLC is a really good site for 3D prints. And I think now they started doing aluminum too now, if I'm not mistaken. Like they'll do, for some stuff they'll do CNC aluminum. All right. Anyways, wasting time. All right, so next thing we're gonna do, so I already did one here. So this part I 3D printed and I kind of painted a little bit because it's gonna go on the back right here. And this is where the main cable is gonna come out of. So I painted it black already, filed it, sanded it down a little bit. But what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to put one of these screw rivets in, or the threaded inserts. I already did one already, just to see, how it goes. It worked out pretty well. So now we're gonna do the next one. So what I kind of do, I might not be the right way, might be the wrong way, or might be the right way. I don't know. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the soldering iron and heat up the metal so it can melt the plastic and sink in. And I'm just gonna heat it up just a little bit to where the threaded insert goes in. So just using the soldering iron real quick. So it's already going in. So just a little bit. Because one thing is you don't want to melt too much of the plastic. Once you start doing that, it can mess up a lot of things. Okay, yeah. Oh, I didn't know they started doing anodized too. That's awesome. Alright, we'll just press it in a little bit. There we go. Got both threaded inserts in. That is the right way. That is the way. Alright. Next up. Alright, we gotta grab the cable. Or actually, this will screw right in. Oh, that'll just screw right in. I don't have to do this. it's a little tight. Yeah. So there we go. Our bolts. Where's our bolts? What's up, Star Fox? How you doing, man? Oh my god. That's not wanting. That's not wanting to work. I know, right? Do something different. That's what I picked the right time, man. I'm doing it wrong. What am I doing wrong? Yeah, I'm just trying to. So like, I know, like I'm going by the instructions. All right. So yeah, that bolt goes in there, and then I see what I'm doing wrong. I'm a man. I don't follow instructions. But no, I see now. I see now what I did wrong. There we go. Callum, we're not supposed to be, you know, like that. Come on, man. There we go. Or no? No, I think I was kind of doing it the right way, but yeah, the pin side is right there, so it's supposed to be like this. Oh, that's a surprise there, Star Fox. Or maybe on the outside. Hold up. All right. Well, it's supposed to be like this. There we go. There we go. Yeah. Yep. See, you're awesome, Connor. You helped me out tremendously. I would have been struggling. If you didn't point that out, I would have been struggling for a long time. All right, there we go. Yep, I finally got it. I got it. I learned. I can learn, see? All right. So now we got 2 bolt holes right here. You guys can see. All right, so now we gotta get those bolted in. I forgot to ask you, Connor, are you guys gonna be at the expo again this year? Oh yeah, man, Joe. That's why I just stick to computers. Nice. That's awesome. Hey, Kevin. How you doing, bud? Yeah, man. I'm glad I did. Yeah, man. I've been going to the expo for freaking more than almost 8 years now, and dude, I love it. I never get bored of it, man. It's such a blast to go out there and meet everybody again. And yeah, dude, I had a blast hanging out with you guys too for the short time that we did, but I had a blast hanging out with you guys. That is very true, Callum. I am an award-winning cable management guy. All right, so that's good. Bolted in, nice and sturdy. And it's gonna look like this. Star Fox, I just used PLA. That's what I have, and because I'm not using any part, I'm not the 3D print's not in any of the parts where it's going to get stressed or have any great tension on it. So just what, yeah, I just use PLA. If I was actually going to use something that had a look that needed strength, I would probably use ABS or like the carbon reinforced 3D print. Oh, that sucks, Tim. Yeah, Connor, definitely, man. It's always great, dude. I always leave the expo like a little sad and disappointed because you're out there, you're hanging out with so many people, talking to so many people about a hobby that everybody loves and enjoys, and where like it's different when it's online, like when you're racing against other people, like people say dumb stupid things, or like you might, but then you don't really see that at the expo. Like everybody's like having a blast, everybody's just, you know, chilling, hanging out, and to me that's awesome, man. Like I love that. All right, so now, all right, yeah, I'm about to say, Star Fox, being military grade is not doesn't necessarily mean the best thing. All right, so you gotta plug the USB in. Yeah, like what Tim said there. Usually military grade means the lowest bidder. You're not necessarily going to get the best product. All right. All right, now, so here we go. So, you know, you were saying the Duster Knuckles? They're Star Fox. Ah. Now, these are just the light guys. This is like, because all the buttons and stuff have LED lights on them, and this is really to prevent the light from bleeding out. So this is what that's for. So we got one here, and this one. One goes over here. Wait. Yeah. And this one goes over here. All right. Now we gotta use the right screws. I said screws. Oh, not necessarily durable there either, there, Phil. Like when I sit there and hear some people talking like, yeah, this thing is military grade. It's built for people to, let's just say, oh, here we go. Switch. Real men don't read instructions. That's correct to a degree. Yeah, like I said, so yeah, what these light guides do is essentially, yeah, there's LEDs throughout the button box. And so all this does is really is it keeps that light from going in other places. That way you're not getting bleed over or anything like that. Oh hey, Rude Boy. Oh dude, I already love Pokornyi products, man. I already built their Hyper R rim, and dude, I was talking earlier. That is my favorite, my favorite rim out of everything that I've used before. And I think I want to build. I want to like. I kind of set myself a goal. Is I want to build, you know, 1 or 2 rims a year from them, because I love all their rims. So the next one I build is probably gonna be like their Ferrari style one. I can't remember what they call it, but like their GT, I think like GT2 or something like that. All right, that's there. Home Improvement Wisdom. Dude, that was... Home Improvement was, you know, with Tim Allen, that was one of my favorite shows growing up. I watched that show religiously, and then he did Last Man Standing. No, not their hyper. It's the one they use on their Ferrari used to use on their GT3 car. I like that rim a lot. I don't know if I want to build their Ferrari or their other LMP rim because I already have the hyper and I love the hyper. And I don't want to be one of those. I don't know. Like I'd be kind of upset if I end up building the other ones and I end up falling in love with them and never using the hyper rim before, because that was the first rim that I built. So like I kind of don't want to because of that. Like I want to build some of their other stuff, like kind of have a collection of different rims to use for different situations. All right, there we go. Everything's bolted in. Everything's good. All right, now we can grab this plate. We get the rotary inserts that they're already covered, but they're gonna have to get those. Gonna get them added on. Oh yeah, man! Like Last Man Standing, I've watched it maybe 4 or 5 times. Because they have it on Disney Plus. That's what I like about like Tim Allen. Like Tim Allen's hilarious. He's funny, and he doesn't need to cuss or say bad things, you know, to make people laugh or everything like that. Now if I can get film off, I think I should have. There we go. those are gonna go right in here in these slots right here. Yeah, I've been wanting to see it too, Tim. I just really haven't had time, like really to be honest, like once I really started this new job, I really haven't had time to focus on a lot of the other things I enjoy. Um, and that's why, to be honest, and that's kind of why, like, I'm not trying to make excuses or anything, but that's like why my videos have kind of gone down too. Um, like, by the time I get off work and I get home, like, I just really can't be asked to do anything. Uh, yeah, usually I have to wake up. I have to wake up like at 5:30 in the morning. Drive. You know, by the time I get ready, everything, make coffee. You know, I leave the house by 6:30. And it's an hour drive, so you know, I get to work 7:30, and then work until 4:30. And so yeah, by the time I get to leave the base, it's you know, because of traffic sometimes it could be up to an hour and a half with traffic. So I get home like 6:30, 7 o'clock, and I just can't be, I just really, or I get home like around 5:30, 6 o'clock, 7 or 6:30 sometimes, and I just really don't want to do anything, which kind of sucks. Yeah, I saw that. That was my only thing too. Like, I'm not a big fan of hers. I don't really, yeah. But I mean, yeah, I'm still gonna give the show a shot. All right, next thing up we're gonna do is this decal. So we got the inserts in. Let's make sure I wipe them off. Make sure that they're make sure I don't have any dust or anything. All right. Now we got to put this sticker on the plate, and we got to be really careful on how we put it on, because if we mess it up, I don't think we're gonna be able to get any redos. All right. All right, there we go. All right, that's the sticker on right there. Next up, we're gonna put the plate on. Gonna go on like that. You gotta grab the button plates. We got 2 button plates. All right, those right there. All right, instructions. All right, we're gonna use these screws to mount the button plates. Oh yeah, the button caps. Woo! Oh, Connor, lifesaver. Instructions didn't even say anything about the button caps. Or maybe I skipped over it. Oh yeah, it didn't even say anything about the button caps. It just already had them on there. You know what, Connor? I owe you a beer at the Sim Expo. So I'm buying you a beer at the Sim Expo, man. That's twice you've saved me. Oh yeah, okay. See, Tim, you say that, and that's why we have Fords on the road, or not on the road. Alright. 2 beers. Okay, I owe Connor 2 beers now. Something's not right. We missed something. Alright, hold up. I was like, why is the plate not going all the way in? That's because I forgot to take the bolts off of these. Alright, now it fits properly. I know, now he's down to 1 beer. You know, another thing you could do is, like, if you really, like, know you're never going to open this rim again, you could put Loctite on the bolts to just make sure, like, the bolts never come loose. I know I might be doing some extra things to it, so I'm not going to do that. But if you know, like, yeah, you're never gonna open the rim again, yeah, you can put some Loctite on the bolts to make sure, just a little bit, just to make sure they stay, the bolts, these bolts stay in and never come out. Like, not, I don't think you really have to worry about it anyway. But it's a just in case kind of thing. Nah, don't feel bad, Connor. I still owe you 2 beers. Alright, there we go. Starting to come together nicely. Very nice. Alright, next up are the rotary encoders. That's what I like about, I say, like, the Pokornyi stuff too. Like, their finishes are really nice finishes. So far, yeah, 2 wheels I've made from them and never like a single blemish on any of their stuff. Can Sean even climb on a horse? I don't know if Sean can even climb on a horse, Josh. We might have to get like one of those giant ladders for him to get on. Alright. Last encoder. I know. Right, yeah, we got to get him on one of those little ponies there, Tim. Yeah. He needs a step. No, yeah, he needs a big stepping stool. Alright, now we can do the funkies. Even then, he might be coming up to me. He's like, Amir, help me up! Help me up! Now I gotta go find that. Oh, I actually got another one right here. Yeah, me and Tiny Parts, we don't do. We're not the best of friends. Not there. Alright. Everything's connected. We're done with assembling this. Alright. Like, I'll bring it over to Mike. Like, this is what I really like about them. Like, man, they put a lot of effort into their quality. Yeah, that's like the rotary, the funky, the buttons. Yeah, this time I didn't print too much Rude Boy, just because the prices for the parts for this one was really decent. The only thing I did 3D print were the light guides, and then this little black piece right here. You can see it's like, you know, this is matte, but this is shiny black. I painted it black. So that's really the only two places where I 3D printed this time around. Yeah, everything else I bought from them because they were also having a sale at the time when I bought all this stuff. So I was able to get it for a lot cheaper, and then some of the other extra parts I bought from like Amazon or AliExpress. Alright. Alright, so we're done with that. Now we can actually start putting the wheel together. Alright, so here's our wheel. Yeah, it's a 350 millimeter. I just grabbed a cheap one. It was like 40 bucks. You don't need to buy anything super expensive for sim racing wheels. I don't believe that. What is it? It is, I don't know. I just saw it on Amazon and I bought it spatial. Yeah, I don't even know what brand it is. It just says Precision Rose Blade Manor. Yeah, I just saw it on Amazon. I was like, oh, I need something like this. Alright, so now because this wheel is a little bit concave, I can't put the box straight on it. So what I had to do, you know, using a spacer, so I got to put a spacer in between the wheel and the button box. Trying to find the proper bolts for it. No, not those. I think it was these. Alright, so what we're gonna do first is we're gonna fit our 3 bolts. I think. Wait, I don't break ones. Because I ended up buying longer ones. Oh yeah. All right. Think like I'm not gonna do the shifters this time around because the buttons are not the correct buttons. So I'll need to get the right buttons for those to get the shifters to work. And then I could do a follow-up video making sure we use that. But for the sake of time, we'll make sure we can get all this stuff working though. Alright, so then our wheel hub right here. Then we just gotta line up the bolts. Make sure they're the right ones. Because this one has like different sizes. So it's either, you could either do 50 mil or a 70 mil. So just make sure I'm using the right ones. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure because I know they're probably gonna they're gonna fall apart. Like the hot glue's not gonna keep them in place. I want to make sure I'm using the proper ones. Wait, this one's not right. But no, for sure, man. We'll do a follow-up video with the proper ones. There we go. Oops. There we go. On the back, we could put the QR on. Where is my... where'd I put my QR? Actually, no, let's make sure we test the rim first. Plug the rim in. Give me a second. Gotta go underneath the computer. Let's open up SimHub. I thought I had SimHub on here. Oh, I don't. So I gotta download it real quick. Just waiting for it to download. All right. Just waiting for it to install now. Shouldn't take long. Installing the drivers. Come on. Yeah, I'm not on the racing PC, so I guess I uninstalled SimHub. We're just reinstalling it real quick. You know, a good streamer would have done this beforehand. Unfortunately for you guys, I'm not a good streamer. Installing all the drivers. Yes, I know, installation can take some time. Yeah, dude, I should be way lower than that. You're giving me a little too much credit there. The computer is, yes. The sim racing PC, yes. The normal PC, no. I actually need to clean some things up on it, man. Alright, so now we go to devices. Where is it at? Add a new device. Look for Pokornyi. There we go. Oh, look at that! Look at that. It works. We can do white, red, Green. We got the blue. Oh, you should know more than that. Not. Alright, we got it. We can make it brighter. Go darker. There we go. Lights! It works! It works! You know, just because it's me, let's see if we can do purple. Ooh. But you can't really see it too much on the screen. Not including... Well, you know what, Joa? I'll take that. You know, or we could do a sim-pit scheme. Let's say we'll make these orange. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, right. Oh, yeah, now I gotta play around in... Now I'm gonna have to play around in SimHub so I can build a profile for this. Kind of like what I did for the Pokornyi wheel. So I have to build a profile in this to kind of, you know, when I rotate the rotaries, they do different things, or, you know, rotate, mess with the funky. Because right now it doesn't really do anything. But yes, but now the next thing we got to do is we got to make sure all the buttons work in the game controller. Alright, so we can go to control panel. Devices and printers. Alright, PE rally. Properties. I'm sorry, game controller settings. Yeah, properties. So we're gonna test each thing. So it's 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 16, 11, 32. Alright. Yep, that works. Then the rotary functions. Yep, 27, 28, 29, 30, 25, 26. Yeah, we got everything to work. We're good to go. Yeah. This has been good. This has been fun. It's been exciting. Yeah, so what I'll do because I gotta, this is the plate where, like, if you want to do like a GT configuration stuff too, where I can mount the shifters, you know, right behind here, and they'll look like this. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna order new sets of buttons to make sure they match the whole, you know, they match what's on here for this, and then we'll come back, we'll do that, remount everything, and then actually do a live stream of testing the wheel out. Looks like an upside, like that, upside down. Cool. All right, so there we go, guys. Yeah, we've been on air almost 2 hours now, trying just building this room. Had a lot of fun. I hope you guys had fun. So what I'll do, yeah, once I get the new clickety clacks for the shifters in, I will do another stream and then get that built, get those configured, and then we'll go to the rig, try the wheel out, make sure everything works, and I'll spend some time making a profile for this and show you how that profile kind of worked. And then yeah, that'll be it. So I'm gonna end the stream here. I hope you guys had fun. I hope you guys had a blast. Thank you all for watching. Connor, if you're still here, I owe you 2 beers, regardless of what Joa says. And then hopefully, yeah, I get to see you at the expo again. And then, yeah, guys, I hope you have a great night, and we'll catch you all later. Bye.